everybody. Today I'm going to be having a chicken and spam curry. Now it involves, I was also going to have potatoes, chunky chopped up potatoes. I'm going to put these in the microwave for about it's on 5.5 minutes. When they come out, I'm going to be putting them into the air fryer. There's one over here for about for 180. I'm going to put them in for about sort of 10-15 minutes or so. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to be cooking chicken and spam in the frying pan, and then later on I'm going to be adding the Uncle Ben's mild curry. Now they're doing a special on this. They're doing it for £1. Normally they're like £1.80, £1.90, around there. I only ever buy the shop brands when they're on special, and mainly because I can't get a Co-op's own brand curry or stir fry, so I have to buy Uncle Ben's, but when it's on special. Okay, so I'm heating a little bit of, I don't know if you can see that, there's I don't know, 4 or so tablespoons of oil in there. I'm going to reheat that. Okay, in a moment I'm going to throw in the chicken. Here we go. Now the chicken I got on a deal, they're normally 4, this is a twin, sort of a twin compartment pack. I used the other one yesterday on the chicken stir fry with potatoes and rice and all the rest of it. Then now I'm going to use the other part. Now it's normally £4, got it down to £1. I'll try and show you that there. Down to £1. It's been in the freezer for for a month and a half. So I'm finally getting around to using it. There we are. Now the oil is nice and hot. I'm doing the usual thing now. I'm just going to cut it up into small pieces. What I did, I took it out of the freezer this morning about, I don't know, 10 o'clock or so. It's about 3 in the afternoon now. One bit is slightly not quite as thawed as it should be, but I'm going to chance it anyway. Okay, I'm doing the usual thing. I'm chopping it up into small pieces because I want it to be bite-sized and I want it to cook, you know, fairly evenly and quickly. Okay, so I'm going to carry on doing that. Next step is to add the chopped up potatoes. They've just come out of the microwave. I put them in for an extra 2 minutes because they weren't quite done. They were still a bit hard. Okay, potatoes. These are going to go in the air fryer for about I'm going to put them in for sort of 12 minutes on 180. If I put them in for 12 minutes, then hopefully they'll be slightly not done the way they should be, fully. That way I've got a bit of a 2-minute window where if I need to hold, put them in for another 2 so they can catch up with the meat, then that'll be what I need there. So yeah, okay, so the meat is cooking now. I'm going to add the spam. Okay, now I've taken the, this is equivalent to half a can. I used the other can of spam yesterday, so this is half of this half, so 1/4 of a can. Cut it up into pieces, dice them up. Now I'm going to fry this up. I'm going to put a little bit more oil in there because the chicken has used all that oil up. Now I'm going to fry this for 5 minutes or so. The chicken is quite brown already, but now I want the spam to be equally as cooked. So that's only going to take 5 minutes. There we go. So you can see there's quite a lot of spam. It could have been cut a little bit smaller, but it doesn't really matter. Chunky's good. Yeah, it's all fine. Okay, now I'm going to put the potatoes in now because I've actually changed my mind. Okay, I was in the middle of cooking, and I won't be doing the curry. Right, what I'm going to do is I've got the chicken and the spam that you've seen in there. I've been frying that away. Now the potatoes have been cooked in the microwave and then the air fryer. What I'm going to do is, I don't even know if it's going to work. I saw something similar to this. Not this, but something very, you know, mildly similar. What I'm going to do is heat this through, and then I'm going to pour in 3 free-range eggs into there, and then mix it all around. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a little bit more oil in there. Okay, I'm going to turn it up from 7 to 8. Okay, we'll come back in a moment. I'm just going to heat this up a little bit more through. Now, what with that extra oil you saw me just put in, there's a good little, if I tip this up like that, I don't know if you can see that, there's a good little lake there of oil, quite a bit of oil. So I'll be draining that out shortly, but I'm taking the opportunity. I've turned the heat up to 10. I'm just basically frying this, really frying it to death before I put the eggs in. Okay, now I'm going to be draining out the oil. I'm going to tip the pan up, as I think you can see from that angle. There's quite a bit of oil in there. Now at this point, this recipe would be really, I don't know if you can see that, this would be really good with baked beans. Just throw baked beans in there and then cook it up a little bit more. It'd be great, but I don't have any beans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the 3 eggs that you just saw. Okay, I'm going to take out a little bit more oil from there and I'll come back with the eggs. Right, all the oil is drained out of the frying pan. It's pretty dry in there. Okay, I tell you, it looks good enough to eat now. If I was to put beans in there instead, then that would be great. But here we go with the 3 eggs. I'm going to pour that in. And gently, losing a bit there, move that around a little bit. There you go, you can see all the yellow yolk is mixing in nicely. So I'm going to move this around. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I figure it's going to, all the egg is going to mix in with all the other ingredients. Keeping it on the move all the time, I think, is the best option. Because it's been a while since I've made a scrambled egg, and I remember from when I did that, you've got to keep it on the move, pretty much. You know, let it cook down, but don't let it sit there for too long. Okay, just let it stay there for a few seconds, and then give it another mix. There. I can see a little bit of egg still yet to be cooked, but that's fine. Just let it cook slowly through there. Okay, what I'll do is get into 8.5 minutes. I'll come back in a moment where there's something more to show you. Okay, I think that's about done. I've been mixing it around for the last couple of minutes, and it looks like all the egg is cooked. Very nice. There you go. Yeah. Actually, let me adjust the camera so you can see that. There. There we go. I'm wondering whether beans in there as well would have worked. You know, because if I had beans, I probably would have put them in. But I didn't have any beans, so I put egg in there instead. But I think beans would work. Okay. Anyway, yeah, the original plan was to make a curry, but as I was going through, I was looking at it, well, instead of the curry, you know, I changed my mind. It seems to have worked. I think it to make this, if you're going to do this at home, I think adding beans purely for moisture. I'll tell you what this tastes like. It tastes like an omelette. That's what it does. I've had omelettes before a long time ago, and this does actually taste like a ham and egg omelette. Very nice. Yeah, you could have this on a plate. You could put canned tomatoes next to it on the plate, beans, some bread. This is very nice. But like I say, beans for moisture, that's all it needs. It's not often this happens actually. Normally I know what I'm cooking, and then all of a sudden I'll think of an extra ingredient to put in. That happens a lot. But changing it completely, pretty much. It was going to be a curry, now it's an omelette. Halfway through, it's something new, but it actually works. And you can pretty much do it with any ingredients you've got laying around. I use chicken and spam. You can use bacon, pork chop, sausages, any meat you like. Throw in a couple of potatoes you got at the bottom of the bag. That's you've got to use them up before the expiry. A few eggs. It's all good. There you go. I don't know what I'm going to call this. Originally, like I say, it was going to be a curry. I was going to put that in the title. I'll think of something. And by the way, if you can think of a good name, imagine you're going into a cafeteria, looking at the board and wanting this. What would you call it? You know? Write it in the comments. You might get a shout out. Alright. Thank you for watching.